There is a presence that stalks the darkness, that strikes fear into the hearts of the wicked. Is it human, or is it a monster, some ask? What it is the world's greatest detective. Batman? No. I'm talking, of course, about DC Comics' other world's greatest detective. I'm talking, of course, about Detective Chimp. I'm Dan Umphin, and this is the Doomcast. Detective Chimp, real character. See, if you're navigating the mystic, the dark, and the arcane world of DC, you're going to run into your magicians, your sorcerers, your fates, your things, but sooner or later, but probably sooner, you're going to run into Detective Chimp. And the gig is the name. A walking, talking, dressing, hard drinking, hard smoking chimpanzee who also indisputably is one of the world's greatest detectives and connoisseurs of the arcane. So what does he do? You mean other than being an alcoholic, chain-smoking, immortal chimp who solves mysteries with a keen analytical mind? What do you want? Yeah, he's a chimp. He's also 2 feet shorter and 5 times stronger than a normal adult male human. Seriously. That thing about Wookiees pulling people's arms out when they lose out of their sockets, chimps really do that. For real. But it wasn't always about the detective life. Bobo the Chimp was born exactly that, a chimpanzee. His trainer, a man named Fred Thorpe, trained him to respond to specific signals in a sideshow act that aped, sorry for the pun, the appearance of him solving mysteries and learning people's secrets. But he found himself in Florida at one point with Rex the Wonder Dog, who brought him to the lost fountain of youth, sure, which gave Bobo unnatural intelligence, the ability to speak with any animal, including, of course, human beings, and eternal youth and presumably eternal life as well. His newfound intelligence made following the sideshow act a little harder to follow. It'd be bananas for somebody of his skill and abilities, pardon the pun, to stay in a position like that. But transitioning from a circus chimp into a detective chimp is a lot harder than it looks. The detective agency is really only operable as long as it's able to gain revenue, and a chimpanzee has no real legal status at all. And despite teaming up with heroes like Martian Manhunter sometimes, the agency eventually went bust. So Bobo T. Chimpanzee ended up in the secret magic bar of his good friend, the Night Master, Jim Rook. So what's a dude with a sweet magic sword doing owning a bar? That is fodder for another episode. But down and out, the full-blown alcoholic chimp was in Oblivion Bar, and he was in the right place at the right time in the prelude to Infinite Crisis. Because it was there, when the hostless specter also decided to destroy all magic, that Bobo proposed, still pretty drunk, a pact, a new team of allied supernatural beings and magicians to save Earth's magic. A team called Shadow Pact. Since a lot of the heavy hitters had been taken off the board, like Madame Xanadu, Dr. Fate, and Phantom Stranger, who at that point was a mouse, don't ask, Detective Chimp helped rally magical forces to defend Shazam and the Rock of Eternity. So it was at this point, nearly 50 years after he made his first appearance in comics, that Detective Chimp became a fixture in the DC universe, a fixture of the black magic part of the DCU, and a prelude to what became Justice League Dark. He was showing up here and there in things like Metal, Death Metal, Detective Comics 1000, Justice League Dark, of course, and now the future state Justice League Dark. And while his core powers have kind of varied, he's now in possession of his friend Nightmaster's sword, as well as the future state incarnation being bonded to Etrigan the Demon, a 4-foot-tall simian sleuth with a sword and a demonic alter ego. Detective Chimp is one of those silly but frequently badass characters that makes DC truly unique. Hopefully there will be a solo series for him at some point in the future, because I feel like there's a lot more stories that can be told about Bobo T. Chimpanzee. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. If there's another member of the Justice League Dark who's your favorite, I'm going to do a short series on just about all of them. So let me know in the comments. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.